My beloved child, if you believe this, like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you believe in God, type, I really love you, God. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. God bless you, my child. Type Amen. My beloved child, I see the thoughts in your heart and the concerns you carry about the days ahead. Many of my children have been waiting and watching, longing for the promises that I have spoken over them to come to pass. They wait with anticipation, but many of them do not realize how close they are to the fulfillment of those promises. So close, yet so unaware. Many will miss out on what I am about to do, not because I have withheld it, but because they have grown weary in their waiting. Patience is a virtue, but it is more than that. It is a key, a door opener. Too often my children have been quick to give up, to surrender to doubt, allowing fear and disbelief to choke out the seeds of faith that I planted within them. They have prayed, they have cried out to me, but in their waiting, some have become frustrated and impatient. They look around, comparing their journey with others, wondering why the harvest they expect has not yet come. But I tell you, my beloved, do not let your heart be troubled by what you see with your natural eyes. The realm of the Spirit is at work, moving behind the scenes in ways that you cannot yet comprehend. Many are looking for grand signs, for earth-shaking moments that they believe will signal my next move. But I've always worked in the stillness, in the quiet moments where the noise of the world fades away and the voice of my spirit speaks clearly. Many will miss out because their eyes are fixed on the wrong things. They are looking for the extraordinary, but they overlook the simple, the humble. It was in a manger that I chose to come into the world, not in a palace. It was in the silence of a stable, not the clamor of a throne room. My ways have always been different from the ways of the world, and yet so many still seek me in the grand and the obvious. But I am found in the small, in the overlooked, in the everyday moments where faith is tested and refined. You see, child, it is not the absence of my voice that causes people to miss out. It is the noise of their own expectations, their own agendas that drowns me out. They want me to move on their terms, in their timing. But I am sovereign, and my plans are perfect. What I have set in motion cannot be rushed or delayed by human desires. Trust is what I require from you now. Trust in my timing, trust in my process. Trust that what I have spoken will come to pass, even if it does not look like what you envisioned. There are those who will miss out not because they weren't called, but because they stopped listening. They allowed the world to distract them, to pull them away from the place of stillness where I meet them. They filled their hearts with the concerns of this life, what they will eat, what they will wear, how they will succeed. But I have told you not to worry about these things, for your Father in heaven knows what you need, and yet worry still creeps in, and with it, doubt and fear. My beloved, I am calling you to refocus, to realign your heart with mine. The distractions of this world are many, but my voice is still and steady. I have not left you, and I have not forsaken the promises I made to you. But you must choose to silence the noise, to shut out the distractions, and to lean in close to hear me. For in the quiet moments, I will reveal my plans to you. In the stillness, you will hear the gentle whisper of my spirit guiding you, directing your steps, leading you into the fullness of what I have prepared. You may ask, why do so many miss out? Why do so many fail to enter into the promises I have given? It is because they are not willing to wait. They are not willing to endure the refining process that is necessary to prepare them for the blessing. They want the blessing without the journey, the reward without the sacrifice. But I am a God of process. I work in seasons, in times, and appointed moments. and every season has its purpose. The waiting is not wasted time. It is preparation. It is in the waiting that I mold you, shape you, refine you into the vessel that can carry the weight of the blessing I am about to pour out. Child, do not despise the process. Do not grow weary in the waiting, for those who wait on me will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. This is my promise to you. But many will miss out because they are not willing to wait. They are not willing to trust me fully. They put conditions on their faith, saying, I will believe if you do this, Lord. I will trust you if you show me a sign. But I am asking for unconditional trust. Trust that believes even when there is no sign. Trust that remains steadfast even when the road ahead is unclear. So many are looking for signs, for wonders, for the spectacular. But I tell you, my beloved, do not chase after signs. Signs will follow those who believe, but belief must come first. It is faith that moves mountains, not the other way around. Too many have reversed this, thinking that they need to see before they believe. But I'm calling you to a higher faith, a faith that believes before it sees, a faith that trusts in my character, in my goodness, even when the circumstances do not align with what you expect. This is why many will miss out. They have allowed their faith to be based on what they see rather than on who I am. They have allowed the circumstances of life to dictate their level of trust rather than anchoring themselves in my unchanging nature. But I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I have not changed, and neither have my promises. What I spoke over you, what I whispered to your heart in the secret place, still stands. But you must hold on. You must not let go. You must continue to believe, even when everything around you says otherwise. Many will miss out because their understanding of faith has become entangled with the world's way of thinking. They equate blessing with ease, favor with comfort, and they think that hardship means abandonment. But this is not true. The road I call you to walk is often narrow and difficult, but it leads to life. The easy path, the broad way, leads to destruction. Those who choose the broad road, who seek comfort over character, will miss the fullness of what I have for them. Beloved, you must understand that suffering is not a sign of my absence. Trials are not proof that I have turned away from you. On the contrary, it is often in the midst of hardship that I am closest to you. I walk with you through the fire, through the storm, through the valleys of difficulty. I do not leave you to face them alone. But many fail to see me in these moments because they are looking for escape, not for endurance. They want to be delivered from the trial, but they do not realize that it is in the trial that they are being refined, strengthened, made ready for the greater things I have in store. There will be those who miss out because they have turned their attention to the fleeting things of this world. They have allowed their hearts to be captured by the temporary pleasures and distractions that pull them away from me. The lure of wealth, the desire for success, the pursuit of comfort, these things are not inherently wrong, but when they become the focus of your heart, they can lead you away from the true riches that I offer. The riches of my kingdom are not like the riches of this world. They are eternal, unshakable, lasting. But so many will miss out because they have traded the eternal for the temporary. They have forgotten that my kingdom operates differently from the kingdoms of this world. In my kingdom, the last will be first, and the first will be last. The greatest among you will be the servant of all. Those who humble themselves will be exalted, and those who exalt themselves will be humbled. Many have misunderstood this truth, thinking that their success in the world's eyes is a sign of my favor. But I am looking at the heart, not the outward appearance. I see the motives, the hidden desires, the secret thoughts, and many will miss out because their hearts are not aligned with mine. Beloved, do not be like those who chase after the wind, who build their lives on the shifting sands of worldly achievement. Instead, build your life on the solid rock of my word. My promises are sure, my plans are steadfast, and what I have spoken will come to pass. But it requires perseverance, endurance, and a heart that is fully surrendered to me. Many will miss out because they have not surrendered. They hold on to their own plans, their own desires, their own understanding, and in doing so, they miss the greater things that I have prepared for them. I am calling you to release your grip on the things you think you need. Let go of your preconceived notions of how things should be. Trust that my ways are higher, that my thoughts are greater, and that what I have in store for you is far beyond what you could imagine. But it requires faith. It requires trust. It requires a heart that is willing to follow me, even when the path is unclear, even when the destination is not yet visible. Many will miss out because they have allowed fear to hold them back. They are afraid of the unknown, afraid of stepping into the new things I'm calling them to. They cling to the familiar, to what is comfortable, and in doing so, they miss the new doors I am opening before them. Fear has no place in the hearts of my children. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. But many will miss out because they have allowed fear to paralyze them, to keep them from moving forward into the fullness of what I have prepared. Do not let fear dictate your steps, my beloved. Do not allow doubt to cloud your vision. I am with you and I will never leave you. I will guide you. I will protect you. I will provide for you. But you must step out in faith. You must trust that where I am leading you is good, even if it looks different from what you expected. You must be willing to leave behind the old in order to step into the new. Many will miss out because they are holding on to what I have already called them to release. They are clinging to the past, to old ways of thinking, to old habits and patterns, and in doing so, they miss the new thing I am doing. I am always moving forward. I am always doing a new thing. But you must perceive it. You must be willing to open your eyes and see where I am leading. You must be willing to let go of the old in order to embrace the new. Many will miss out because they are not willing to change. They are stuck in their ways, unwilling to be molded, to be shaped, to be transformed. But I am a God of transformation. I am a God who makes all things new. And if you are willing, I will transform you from the inside out. I will make you into a new creation, ready to receive the fullness of my promises. But you must be willing. You must be willing to be pruned, to be refined, to be shaped. Many will miss out because they resist the process. They resist the pruning, the refining, the shaping. They want the reward without the work, the blessing without the transformation. But I tell you, my beloved, the blessing is in the process. The reward is in the journey. The transformation is where the true treasure lies. Do not miss out on what I am doing because you are focused on the wrong things. Do not miss out because you are looking for shortcuts, for easy answers. The road I have called you to walk is narrow, and few find it. But those who do will discover life, true life, abundant life. Many will miss out because they are not willing to walk the narrow road. They choose the easy way, the path of least resistance, and in doing so, they miss the fullness of what I have for them. Beloved, I am calling you to a higher way. I am calling you to walk in the fullness of your calling, to step into the destiny I have prepared for you. But it requires faith. It requires trust. It requires a heart that is fully surrendered to me. Many will miss out because they have not fully surrendered. They are holding on to their own ways, their own plans, their own desires, and in doing so, they miss the greater things I have in store. Will you trust me, my child? Will you trust that my plans are good, that my ways are perfect, that what I have in store for you is far beyond what you could ever imagine? Will you release your grip on the things of this world and take hold of the eternal treasures I offer? Will you step out in faith, even when the path is unclear, even when the journey is difficult? Many will miss out because they are unwilling to step out in faith. They are unwilling to leave behind the old in order to embrace the new. But I am calling you to more. I am calling you to step into the fullness of your calling, to walk in the destiny I have prepared for you. But it requires faith. It requires trust. It requires a heart that is fully surrendered to me. Many will miss out because they have not fully surrendered. They are holding on to their own ways, their own plans, their own desires, and in doing so, they miss the greater things I have in store. You see, my child, there is a deeper calling on your life, and I long for you to step fully into it. Yet, many of my children will miss out, not because they were not invited, but because they hesitated. Their reluctance to fully embrace my leading stems from a lack of understanding, a fear of surrendering control. But to walk with me, you must release the reins of your life completely into my hands. I do not ask for a partial surrender. I ask for all of you. Many are clinging to the familiar because it feels safe. But in holding on to what they know, they are missing the new things I desire to pour into their lives. You cannot receive new wine in old wineskins. The process of renewal, of transformation, requires a breaking of old patterns, a shedding of former ways of thinking and living. Many will miss out because they are unwilling to let go. They do not trust that what I have is infinitely better than what they are holding on to so tightly. Do you understand, my child, that to walk in the fullness of your purpose, you must walk by faith, not by sight? Too many of my children demand to see the entire path before they will take the first step. But I do not show you the entire journey because it would overwhelm you. I give you enough light for the next step. Faith is trusting me, even when you do not see the whole picture. Many will miss out because they refuse to take that first step. They want guarantees. They want assurances that everything will turn out exactly as they expect. But I ask for trust, not guarantees. I am asking you to trust me, not just with the easy parts of your life, but with everything. Many will miss out because they compartmentalize their faith. They trust me with certain areas, but keep others under their control. They say, Lord, I trust you with my heart, but not with my finances. Or, I trust you with my family, but not with my future. This kind of divided trust will never lead to the fullness of what I have for you. To experience the abundant life I promise, you must trust me completely, holding nothing back. Child, I see the desires of your heart. I know the things you long for, the dreams you carry deep within. I placed many of those dreams within you, and I desire to bring them to fulfillment in my timing. But many will miss out because they try to force those dreams to happen in their own strength. They grow impatient with my timing and attempt to bring about their destiny through their own efforts. This always leads to frustration and disappointment because my plans cannot be rushed. My timing is perfect, and when you trust me, you will see that I have been working all things together for your good all along. There will be those who miss out because they do not understand the power of obedience. Obedience is the key that unlocks doors in the spiritual realm. It is not enough to hear my voice. You must also act upon what I speak to you. Many hear me, but few follow through. They listen to my instructions, but hesitate when it comes time to act. They wait for the conditions to be perfect, for everything to line up just right before they move. But my child, if you wait for perfect conditions, you will never move forward. I'm calling you to step out in faith, to act in obedience, even when it doesn't make sense to your natural mind. Many will miss out because they are waiting for a sign, when the greatest sign has already been given: my presence with you. I am always with you, guiding you, speaking to you. But you must be sensitive to my spirit. The world is filled with noise, distractions that compete for your attention. Many of my children have allowed these distractions to drown out my voice. They fill their lives with busyness, with things that seem important but are ultimately fleeting. They have lost the art of stillness, of quieting their hearts before me and listening for my gentle whisper. My child, I am always speaking, always leading, but many will miss out because they have forgotten how to listen. They are waiting for a loud, dramatic sign, but I am found in the still, small voice. I am found in the quiet moments, in the spaces where you pause. Turn your heart toward me and listen. Do not be like those who miss out because they are too distracted to hear me. Make time to sit at my feet, to dwell in my presence. It is in these moments that I will reveal my heart to you, that I will guide you into the fullness of what I have planned. Many will miss out because they do not understand the importance of intimacy with me. They know about me, but they do not truly know me. They serve me out of duty, but they do not love me out of relationship. My desire is not for your works, but for your heart. I do not need your service. I long for your love. Many will miss out because they have made their relationship with me about what they can do for me, rather than simply being with me. But the greatest thing you can do is to abide in me, to rest in my love, to allow me to fill you and guide you. The secret to walking in the fullness of your calling is found in intimacy with me. It is not about striving or working harder. It is about remaining in me, allowing my spirit to work through you. Many will miss out because they are striving in their own strength, trying to achieve what can only be received through surrender. They are exhausted, worn out, because they are trying to do in the flesh what can only be accomplished by my spirit. I am calling you to stop striving, to stop working in your own strength, and to simply abide in me. It is in the abiding that you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Many will miss out because they do not understand the power of abiding. They think that fruitfulness comes from effort, from hard work, from doing more. But true fruitfulness comes from abiding in me. When you remain in me, my life flows through you, producing fruit that lasts. Many will miss out because they are focused on producing results, but they have neglected the root. The root is your relationship with me. When the root is strong, the fruit will naturally follow. Beloved, do not be like those who miss out because they are focused on the wrong things. Do not be consumed with achieving, with doing more, with producing results. Focus on your relationship with me, and everything else will fall into place. Seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Do not chase after the things of this world, the temporary rewards and successes. Chase after me, and I will give you everything you need. Many will miss out because they are chasing after the wrong things. They are running after success, after wealth, after recognition, thinking that these things will bring them fulfillment. But true fulfillment is found in me alone. I am the bread of life. I am the living water. Those who come to me will never hunger or thirst again. But many will miss out because they are trying to satisfy their souls with things that can never fill them. My child, I am calling you to something greater. I am calling you to live for what is eternal, not for what is temporary. The things of this world are passing away, but my kingdom is everlasting. Do not store up treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. Store up treasures in heaven, where nothing can take them away. Many will miss out because they have spent their lives chasing after things that have no eternal value. Do not be like those who miss out because they have forgotten what truly matters. Your life is but a vapor, here today and gone tomorrow. Live for what is eternal. Live for my kingdom. Many will miss out because they are living for themselves, for their own desires, for their own dreams. But I am calling you to something greater. I am calling you to lay down your life for my sake, to take up your cross and follow me. Many will miss out because they are unwilling to sacrifice. They want the reward without the cost. But my child, following me requires laying down your life, your desires, your plans, for my will. It is in losing your life that you will find it. Many will miss out because they are trying to hold on to their own lives, their own plans, their own desires. But I am calling you to surrender. It is in surrender that you will find true life, true fulfillment, true joy. Many will miss out because they have placed their hope in themselves rather than in me. They have built their lives on their own wisdom, on their own strength, and they have trusted in their abilities to navigate through the storms of life. But the foundation they are building on is fragile, and when the winds of adversity blow, their foundations will crumble. You must understand, my beloved, that your strength comes from me alone. Apart from me, you can accomplish nothing of eternal value. But with me, you can do all things, for I strengthen you. There are those who believe that their success, their accomplishments, are a result of their own doing. They have forgotten that every good gift comes from above, from the Father of lights. They have placed their trust in their wealth, in their knowledge, in their influence, believing that these things will sustain them. But I tell you, all of these things will pass away. Wealth will fade. Knowledge will be forgotten. Influence will diminish. But my word will endure forever. Those who build their lives on the temporary things of this world will miss out on the eternal treasures that I have prepared for them. My child, I am calling you to build your life on a foundation that will never be shaken. The storms of life will come, trials, hardships, challenges, but if your life is anchored in me, you will stand firm. Many will miss out because they have chosen to build their lives on sand, on the shifting values and ideas of this world. They are swayed by every wind of doctrine, by every new trend and philosophy, because their hearts are not rooted in me. But I am calling you to stand firm, to remain steadfast, to be unmovable in your faith. Many will miss out because they have allowed the opinions of others to dictate their choices. They seek the approval of man rather than the approval of God. They are more concerned with what people think of them than with what I think of them. But I have not called you to be a people pleaser. I have called you to be a God pleaser, to live your life for an audience of one. Do not be like those who live for the applause of others, for the approval of the world, for their reward is fleeting. I am calling you to live for me, to seek my approval above all else. When you do, you will discover a reward that far surpasses anything the world could offer. Beloved, many will miss out because they are walking by sight rather than by faith. They rely on what they can see, touch, and understand with their natural minds. But faith requires stepping out into the unknown, trusting me even when you cannot see the way ahead. It requires believing in my promises even when everything around you seems to contradict them. Many will miss out because they are waiting for all the pieces to fall into place before they move forward. But I am calling you to walk by faith, to trust that I am working all things together for your good, even when the path is unclear. You must understand, my beloved, that there will be times when following me does not make sense to the natural mind. There will be times when I ask you to step out of your comfort zone, to leave behind what is familiar, to take a leap of faith into the unknown. Many will miss out because they are unwilling to take that step. They are bound by fear, by doubt, by the need for control. But I am calling you to trust me with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. When you acknowledge me in all your ways, I will direct your path. My child, do not be like those who miss out because they have allowed their hearts to become hardened. Many have grown cold and distant, allowing the cares of this world, the trials of life, and the disappointments they have faced to harden their hearts. They have lost their first love. The fire of their passion for me has grown dim, and they are no longer sensitive to my voice. But I am calling you to return to your first love. to rekindle the fire within you, to allow my spirit to soften your heart once again. Do not let the hardships of life cause you to drift away from me. Draw near to me, and I will draw near to you. Many will miss out because they have neglected the secret place, the place of intimacy with me. They have become too busy with the cares of life, too distracted by the demands of the world, and they have lost sight of the importance of spending time in my presence. But I am calling you back to the secret place, to the quiet moments where you can hear my voice, where you can be refreshed and renewed. It is in the secret place that you will find strength for the journey, peace for the storms, and wisdom for the decisions you must make. Do not neglect the secret place, for it is the source of your life and strength. Beloved, many will miss out because they are holding on to unforgiveness. They have allowed bitterness and resentment to take root in their hearts, and it has become a barrier between them and the blessings I desire to pour into their lives. But I have called you to forgive, just as I have forgiven you. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs that have been done to you. It is about releasing the burden of bitterness so that your heart can be free. Many will miss out because they refuse to let go of the pain of the past. But I am calling you to release it to me, to trust that I am the righteous judge, and that I will bring justice in my time. There are those who will miss out because they have not fully surrendered their hearts to me. They have given me parts of their lives, but they are still holding back areas they do not want me to touch. But I am asking for all of you, not just a part. I want to be Lord over every area of your life, your thoughts, your actions, your relationships, your dreams. Many will miss out because they have not made me the Lord of their whole life. But I am calling you to surrender everything to me, to trust that I know what is best for you, and that my plans for you are good. My child, I love you with an everlasting love, and I desire for you to walk in the fullness of all that I have prepared for you. But the path to that fullness requires obedience, trust, surrender, and intimacy with me. Many will miss out because they are unwilling to take the narrow path, the path that leads to life. But I am calling you to be different, to walk by faith, to live for what is eternal, to build your life on a foundation that will never be shaken. The road is not always easy, but I promise you that it will be worth it. I am with you every step of the way, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. Beloved, the time is now. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Do not allow the cares of this world to pull you away from me. I am calling you deeper. I am calling you higher. I am calling you to a life of greater purpose, greater intimacy, and greater blessing. But you must choose to follow me with your whole heart. You must choose to trust me completely, to surrender all that you are to me, and to walk by faith, not by sight. Do not be like those who miss out because they were too afraid, too distracted, too unwilling to surrender. Be among those who hear my voice, who follow where I lead, who walk in the fullness of my promises. For the things I have prepared for you are beyond what you could ask or imagine, but they are reserved for those who trust me, who obey me, and who love me with all their heart. My beloved, I am calling you to step into the fullness of all that I have for you. The time is short, and there is much to do. Do not miss out on the blessings, the calling, the destiny that I have placed before you. Walk in my ways, trust in my plans, and know that I am with you always. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. And I will bring you into the abundance of all that I have promised. Amen.